How's it going today? This is Falcon Ash K. Welcome back to my channel. I am doing an unboxing today of what's dropped. So this came in the mail a couple of days ago. This is Dragon Lords, The Battle for Darien. This is a Kickstarter that I backed. I'm going to show you between things today of games that you purchase and games that use their packaging to the fullest. So it's got excellent art. 45 minutes. 12 and up. Do the art maybe? I don't know. 2 to 4 players. This is just fantastic art, I tell you. Fantastic art. Look at this. Dwarf. Mr. Dwarf, how are you? So that's the top. I already punched the tokens that were in here. So you have life tokens and you have other tokens in here. Sorry for the shine of the light, but this is the angle that I got. I baggy my stuff. So there's some gems. During gameplay, you're going to be using tokens to represent your life force, your special abilities like flight, special effects that will happen over time, life counters between 1 to 5. And I have not started playing the games yet, but I can give you an overview of the game. Different rounds. I want to say these are defense tokens because they have shields on them. You got a massive rule book. This can be played, I believe, single player. Nope, sorry, 2 to 4 players. 2 to 4 players. This rule book will give you an overview of things that are happening on the cards, the rules, and in the back too there's different ways of playing. Like this will be playing for a while. The game has I forgot how many cards in it. A few cards to play a long time. You are pretty much like an X-Wing type game. You were playing, yeah, oh yeah. You know what? I think this has solo play. 1 versus 1. Solo mode. That's the name. It says solo mode right there. And there is 2 on 2. Solo mode. See, I knew it, but the box said 2 to 4, right? 2 to 4 with solo mode. It doesn't say solo mode, it says 2 to 4. I wish this camera wasn't so static so that way it'd have a little, focus. 2 versus 1, 3 versus 1, special play, 2 versus 2. You are selecting up to 20 or 55 points worth of dragons and heroes. There's the first player token. The man right there. I already sleeved the game too. I have to have sleeved games. There are heroes. There are evil. So you have good. You have evil. You're selecting. Okay, so the corner up here, you are selecting up to 55 points for your heroes and your crew. Special cards that will help you do certain things. I am so generic with this right now. Rolling dice for damage, hit points, that kind of thing. But see how much stuff is in this box? I mean, it's just chock-a-block full. Even after I sleeved it, I had to cut out a section of it so I can put in the cards, because the insert that they had just had enough room for the cards themselves, but not enough for the, I want to say, tokens and sleeved cards, because sleeved cards take up extra space. So having that extra space in here, I was able to get this stuff out. I should have put the book on the bottom. Anyway, no box fart, because what I do is on the bottom of the games I make pinholes. You can't see them, and what that does is that allows the extra air that's inside the box to escape and someone else said use a hole punch. Those are bigger holes, and they have a chance of letting the water from outside. Look at this. A playmat that you can possibly win. Oh, first player token. That you can possibly win once we get 50 subscribers or 1,000 views. Like, share, subscribe. I'm also giving away a copy of Sushi Go with this playmat. Of course, I have another playmat. I'm not going to give you the playmat I've been using unless you want me to. Now, I also got to the table, well, not to the table, but recently I purchased Untold, which is an adventure game powered by Rory Story Cubes. The holes also allow extra air to come in, too. Alright, so you are rolling dice. Insert. Tells you what kind of cubes and stuff that can be. You're rolling the dice, you're setting up a storyline, playing with other people, creating a hero, creating a story together, rolling the story cubes. Anyway, so you're telling a story, you're placing markers at the bottom of the board. Once those markers have been used for different story plots and such, you're placing cards randomly in these areas too, which will allow you to push dice into the cubed areas. They give you big thick pads that I think what I'm going to do is probably have a couple that are laminated, or so I can dry erase mark on them. Episode guide you can use from term to term. Character profiles, sketch yourself a character, design them the way you wish depending on the story you wish to roll. These are the cards that you're going to be using, that you're going to put in the spots. The dots on the top tell you what part of the story it's at. When you flip them over, each cube is going to be placed in one of those two slots, and you're going to continue the story along. So I took the insert out, and that allows me more cards, or more space for more cubes. These plot cards will also be used during outcome. I'm not going to do a playthrough video of this game. I don't know. I mean, if you want to see me do a run through of this game, leave a comment below. But right now I'm going to show off that I have power cubes. So these are special powers that you can use as part of the story cubes. I have Fantasia, which is this is a magnetic clasp sealed box that you can get 4 Rory Story cubes in certain sets. Other sets, when you buy them, they'll come in bags. So I have Voyages. So this has travel type story cubes in it. Here are the tokens that you're going to be putting on those plots. So the magnetic locks can hold the fantasy style, like you're going to roll these and have different fantasy plots. These are the universe cubes that I've purchased. These are atomic story cubes. Then there are weird story cubes. You have rampage story cubes. These are disaster cubes. These are the base set cubes that you'll get if you buy regular Rory Stories, but instead of black ink they have brown ink on them, which is pretty cool. So you can tell the difference between the two, but overall they're the same cubes that you would get as Rory Story cubes. Doctor Who. So you'll if you're a Whovian, you know some of these symbols: Sonic, Dalek, Time Warp, Davros, Apalapasapatapet, the one where the fat cells come off the people's bodies. I know that sounds gross. I wish it said Doctor Q cubes. Doctor Who cubes. I've got over here prehistoric, clues. So if you're trying to, to have a story with clues, and then over here medical cubes. So when you play regular Rory Story cubes, I'll zoom out. regular story cubes, you're going to be rolling 9 dice, and then you're going to say, once upon a time, blah blah blah, and choose one of the cubes. Once upon a time, a turtle came into town, and he was with his friend Lammy. They took an airplane flight to the moon to see a castle. And the story would progress. So if you play with multiple people, each person would get 3 cubes, so that's 3 people. If you're playing with 4 people, divide 9 cubes, divide by 4, that kind of thing. So when you're playing with other Rory story cubes, you're going to be using a set of the basic dice, and then 3 of the others, so you're always rolling 9 dice at a time to tell your stories. So if you want an atomically rich, superpowered disaster movie, you'd probably use either all 3, so you're getting 9, or you're using 1 for each set, plus other 6 cubes, or whatever calculation of 9 that you're going to be using. So that's pretty cool. A lot of these sets came in the mail the other day, so that's why I'm showing it off today. Wow, this is going over 12 minutes, huh? A bonus for what dropped. So, put this away real quick. These are the player boards that are going to describe what scene terms are what. So as you're telling the story, this helps out a lot. Alright, the characters. Doctor Who. This one gives you details of what the cubes mean for that. Untold adventures await. I actually took it out. Untold. So if you're looking for an adventure story, they also said you can use this as a role-playing game as well. Start up a character. Look at that, see? No fart, because I got the holes in the bottom. Now, The Edge of Humanity. This is a $10 game I got on one of the websites. You are surviving 3 different scenarios. I saw the playthrough of this on one of the websites. And what you're doing is using a deck building set, and you're using cards to, I'll open the box. I'm getting to the story of what it's about and how deep and rich this game can be. So you're building your amount of cards that you have to build resources. You're discarding the resources to build buildings that help you survive the different outcomes. There's the first one's like an outbreak of some sort. Spaceship crash landing, all sorts of different stories. Three different stories that are in this box. So you imagine yourself, wow, that must be a lot of cards. There must be so much stuff that's inside this box that will allow you to that much replay. Give me a second. This is what the game looks like when it's laid out with first player token and everything like that nature. Alright, so I opened up the box. So I'm just taking the cover. Look at this. This is going to be the Edge of Humanity, so you know what game you're playing. You flip it over. These are the locations that you're going to be going to as you're progressing through the story. 17 rounds. It's got like a little fake Sharpie there. So this is this is just the board. It's, a little piece of cardboard kind of thing. So that's pretty cool. Here are the rules. And then when you first open it says, warning, the world has ended. Do not open any packages before reading the survival guide. And this is what's inside the box. I'm guessing they're coming out with expansions. I haven't undone any of the cards yet, but they have, there's a few packs of cards. I punched the character cards and the standees already. And here's some other, these are the actual adventures, I believe, because they're so thick. And then you're going to get the standee stands, depending on what color you want. The characters themselves, little standees, life tokens, bullets, tents. That's intense. And a compass for the story based on what you're playing. But there's so much room in this box. So I think since I have the iris cases that I use most of the time, I'm gonna sleeve these and put them in the iris boxes. Because I mean, this alone can go in the iris box, and then the cards themselves. As for the rules and such, you can put them inside the iris boxes, and they can stay that way. And with that, I am unwrapping. I am finishing up this video with the Edge of Humanity. Like, share, subscribe. Find me on Falcon Ash K on Facebook. Falcon Ashes on Twitter. And Falcon Ashes 71 on hotmail.com. So that's it for now. Goodbye.